Hello all, once again welcome back to our online sessions on Java programming. And in the previous class we saw about an introduction to Java AWT and we saw how powerful that package was. And in today's class we are going to have some glimpses on the graphics capabilities of Java AWT. The objective of today's class is to learn about AWT graphics and develop some programs that will use this AWT graphics to generate some basic shapes on the screen. As an introduction to AWT graphics, we all know that all graphics are drawn relative to a window. We need a window on the screen in which we will make these basic shapes using this AWT graphics. Java promotes a system called a graphics context, and all output to a window takes place through this graphics context. And this graphics context is implemented using a special class of AWT called graphics. The graphics class defines a number of drawing functions, and this graphics class promotes drawing of these basic shapes as either edge only or filled. We know the difference between these two, and it is given in this diagram also. This method you have seen in a number of occasions, especially in the case of applet programming. This method is automatically invoked whenever we refresh a window or minimize a window or when we start the window. And we know that to this method we always pass an object of graphics. And here the object that we pass is named as G. An object of graphics is always passed as parameter to methods like paint, update, etc. of an applet. Now we will see how we can draw certain shapes using this AWT graphics package. The first method that we are going to see is draw line. Obviously we know what is meant by this name itself, so we can draw a line from this start x start y to end x end y. So the start x start y is the starting coordinate of the line, and end x end y is the ending coordinate of the line. And we always know that whenever we are using computers, we always work in the fourth quadrant of the coordinate system. That is, x axis moves from left to right and y axis moves from top to bottom. Now we have the next method, that is for drawing rectangles. And we have two methods for this. The first is draw rect and second is fill rect. The difference is evident from the name itself. Draw rect draws a rectangle as edge only, and fill rect fills the rectangle with some color. And how we can fill a rectangle with some color or fill any basic shape with a color, that we will see in coming lectures. And for this draw rect, it takes the coordinate of the top left corner. So here we have top comma left, these are two integer variables, and this top left together produces the coordinate of the top left corner of the window. Not really window, but the rectangle. And now we pass the width and height of this rectangle. So if we know this top left coordinate and then the width and height of the rectangle, then the algorithm for drawing this rectangle is able to calculate the coordinates of all the other corners of this rectangle. So we have draw rect and fill rect. They take 4 different parameters. The first is top, second is left. They together make the top left coordinate of the window, and then we have width and height. Now we have different functions for drawing ellipses and circles. And remember that a circle is a special case of an ellipse. In Java programming, instead of specifying the different parameters of an ellipse or a circle, we make a rectangle which jams this circle or ellipse inside it. Then we pass the different parameters of the rectangle so that the circle can be very easily jammed inside it. So if we want to draw a circle or an ellipse, then we will pass the coordinates of the top left corner of the rectangle that encloses it, and then we pass the width and height. So if you look here, it is top, left, width and height. Similarly, we have functions for drawing arcs. They are draw arc and fill arc. We know that an arc is a portion of a circle or an ellipse, and for drawing an arc we need 2 different angles. The first is the start angle and second is the sweep angle. We can assume that there is a coordinate system with the origin at the center of the ellipse, and in this diagram we have the arc shown in red, and the start angle is the angle constituted between this x coordinate of the coordinate system, x axis of the coordinate system, and this line, and the sweep angle is the angle between this line and this one. These angles can vary from 0 to 360 degree, and an angle measured in the counterclockwise direction is taken as positive, and the one in clockwise direction is taken as negative. Finally, we have methods to draw polygons also, and we know that a polygon has got a number of vertices, and each of these vertices can be identified using an xy coordinate. And as a result, we maintain 2 different arrays. The first is x and second is y. The x will hold the x coordinates of the different vertices, and y will hold the y coordinates of the corresponding vertices. And finally, we specify the number of points that are needed to complete this polygon. Similarly, we have fill polygon also, which will fill this entire polygon with a color, and the default color is always black. Now we see a program implementing all these methods. We have used almost every method that we have seen in this lecture. We have draw line, we have fill rect, draw oval, draw arc, and drawing the polygon also. In the case of draw line, you can see that we have passed 4 different parameters. The first one, the first pair constitutes the starting coordinates of this line, and the second pair constitutes this 100 constitutes the ending point of this line. Similarly, for rectangle, this 100 is the top left corner, then 75 is the width, and 50 is the height. We have similar methods, oval drawing and arc drawing. In the case of drawing an arc, we have specified the start angle as 0 and the sweep angle as 90. And for drawing polygons, we have populated 2 different arrays, the x and y, so that we have 4 different coordinates for drawing this polygon. The first coordinate will be 400, 500, the second one will be 450, 500, the third one will be 500, 550, and the last is 400, 550. Let's execute this program and see how the drawings are shown in the program. So the program compiled successfully. Let me call the applet viewer. Okay, you can see that all the drawings are, all the basic shapes are drawn on the screen. Let's keep it here so that you can have a good look at the various methods that we have used for creating these graphics and the output that has been produced. So that is all for this video lecture. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.